Hello and welcome to my 2021 bullet journaling setup. I've been bullet journaling this will be my 5th year, and I had originally kept like 3 years worth in one journal, and I didn't like it. So I've decided just to do 1 year in one journal, and that's it. And so, 5 years, I was like, I'm going to upgrade my journal and get a really nice quality one. So I went with the Archer and Olive dot grid journal. Here are the specs of the journal. And I went with the bee cover because I really like bees. And yeah, so let's begin. So for the very first page, this is going to be more of like a setup walkthrough than it is to be a journal with me, because I already set my journal up. I set it up back in September when I had got the journal because I was so excited, I couldn't wait, and I had a lot of time on my hands, so I decided just to set it all up. But anyway, here we go. Here's the first page. I wrote my name. I covered up my personal information, but yes, now we know who this journal belongs to. Okay, second page is like a grid spacing guide, I guess, but I do mine a little bit differently. So I have like how many grid spaces it is across and down, but then for each I guess collection, or I guess thing I have like the dimensions written down. So like for my monthly calendar, I have the spacings written out for me, so I can just reference back to it, and I know, and I can be really consistent that way. Like I said, I already set this up, so while I was setting it up, it was really handy to know. But for example, for like the movies or for the books, if I need to add another spread, I don't have to like count back, add that spread and like try to count everything. I already know what it is because it's here and I can reference it, and it's really easy to make my spread. Anyway, so that's my grid spacing guide and how I like to use it. And here is my key. And I don't do a lot of doodles or art in my bullet journal. I'm not into that. I don't do themes or anything. Mine's just very, I guess, simple, minimalistic, if you will. And so the way that I like to add more art is to do a color-coded key. And that really helps me because I also use Google Calendar, and the color codes are the same in my Google Calendar as they are in here, so everything's super consistent. That's just how I like to roll. But I do add some little flair with like washi tape. As you can see, I added some bee washi tape because I thought that matched the cover well. Anyway, so that's my key. Carrying on is my first month, and you'll see on the month page I have this little washi tape tab. So every month I have that, so it's easy to flip back to that month, and I will, on the side, as you can see, it's really easy to know which month it is by which tab. And then I also have a bookmark here that I keep on the month that I'm in, so then I can easily flip to it. And so all the months look exactly like this. The dimensions are the same. The days, I do Monday through Sunday. I usually do Sunday through Saturday, but I was like, I'm going to be a teacher, so I thought Monday through Saturday is probably the best way to go for my work schedule and everything. So that's what I decided to do for this upcoming year. And then I like to have the title on the side instead of at the top, so I don't lose space that way. So there's the month, and every month is set up like that. So as you see here, February, exact same thing, and March. So all my months are like this with the blue and the script like that. Anyway, so after the month page, you flip over and you get to my trackers, and I love doing trackers. I think I've been doing it in all of my bullet journals, but it really does keep me accountable, and so I was like, I definitely have to include them again this year. And these are like the main things I like to track, and then I left a space just in case if I want to do like vitamins, or if I have like a month challenge I'm trying to do or something, then I have it here. And then I was thinking about doing something new to add a more journaling aspect to my journal, because usually I just keep it as like a planner. I don't do a lot of like memory logging or actually like or gratitude or any of that stuff. I don't do that really. Mine's mostly for function. But so to add that journaling aspect and like the memory aspect, I was like, oh, let's do like a monthly favorites. And so like I have like a monthly song or a movie or something. These are just examples. I wrote it in pencil because I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to put down or if I would even have one in that category, you know. So when I get there, I'll fill it out. And then I thought, oh, I should try the one line a day. So just like a highlight of the day, and it's just one line, something really quick, like, oh, we saw a movie today or something, you know. And that would be like a cool memory tracker, if you will. And so that's how it is for every single month as well. So we'll just flip to a random month. See? Exact same thing. It's super consistent. And you know, I decided like, if I don't like this, it's not that big of a deal. I just won't fill it out then, you know? I'm not like super strict to myself, but I thought, you know, I'll just try it. And I want to try to keep up with it for the whole year if I can, because I think that would be really cool. But if I end up not liking it, it's not a big deal. And then, so that's like, everything is the same for that part, for each month. And then we get to the weeklies. And this is how I decided to try out my weeklies. This is the first time I'm doing like a 2-page weekly spread. And yeah, I was like, okay, I know I like to have a note section here, just like things that throughout the week I need to get done or something I need to remember, then I keep it in this section. But then for my, you know, day-to-day activity, I write it in the designated area. And that's that. And so that's the same for the whole month. It'll be like this. And then if I don't like this layout, I've decided that February, the next month, I didn't fill it out. I left spaces for the weeklies here, as you can see, and I'll just try out a different way to see if I like it. So it's kind of flexible in that way. I mean, I can always like white it out or whatever if I really don't like it. It's not like I'm married to this, so you know, that's just how I like to organize. And I like everything to be super consistent because I'm that type of person. Yeah. Okay, and so for my other collections in the back, these other collections I have labeled with these tabs at the top, these gold heart labels, so I can easily flip through it. And then I have like a little bookmark here. This is Tom, or time of the month, and yes, I like to track my period. I color coded it this way so it's easy for me to fill in the month. And then here I have something last replaced, so like when did I last replace my toothbrush or my loofah or something, then I can write it here, and when I get there I'll fill it out. And I just thought this would be a great way to organize that. I've never used this before. I saw it in other people's setups and I was like, oh, I should add that too. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to try it out, see how I like it. My next one is the movies I watch. And I, before, would track it differently. Let's see. Where did I keep it? Before, I'd track movies like this. Like, I'd write the title and the day that I watched it. And that was fine. As you can see, like, I just put a line to split between the different years. And that was great. But I decided I want to put the day that I watched it, the title, and then if I liked it. Like, so the rating, and then where I saw it. So, like, did I see it at home? Did I see it in the theaters? You know, I thought that would be a better way for me to remember the movies that I watched. And then you flip it, and here's the shows. And I left more space for that, for the shows. And how I like to track my shows, as you can see here, is I'll write the title of the show, or like the name, this season, and then I'll draw a box for each episode in the season. And then I'll color in as I finish that episode, so I know exactly where I left off. And as you can see, like here, I didn't finish it. Here too, like I started and then I didn't finish, but I left, you know, all the spaces for that. This is a great way for me to track how far I'm in a show, and sometimes you know, I'll start watching a show and then something will happen, or I'll just kind of get bored and I'm like, oh, I'm going to stop. And then it's like, oh, I want to go back and finish it. And I forgot what episode I'm on. But now I know exactly what episode I'm on because I tracked it. So that's how I like to do my trackers. I know some people do it differently, but yeah. Then if they have multiple seasons, I'll put down the different seasons in like a different row, or row, I guess. As you can see here, it's kind of divided, but it's all the same color. And I had fun filling colors here because, again, I'm not very artistic with my things, and so this is how I add some color and art into my journal, is by doing that. And then our next collection are books. And this past year, I guess this year, I decided to challenge myself to read 100 books, and proud to say I did complete that. I actually surpassed it, which was awesome. And this is how I was tracking my book. So I have like the title and the date that I finished it. And I also have like a Goodreads account where I also log my books that I read and like the rating and all that stuff. But for my bullet journal, because I also like to have it in my bullet journal and write it down, I thought like, okay, the date and the author, so I can see if there's a trend in authors that I'm reading, which is, you know, I probably could do even like a genre, like if it's fantasy, romance, mystery, you know, that way I can see a trend in like book types of books I like to read, but I didn't. And then here's the title, right? So we'll see how it goes. And I left quite a bit of room for that just in case if I also want to read 100 books again. I don't know. We'll see if I have time for that. But yeah, I have like a lot of blank pages in the back that I haven't used. But yeah, this is like a whole year's worth. And like I said, I'm not artistic, or not that I'm not artistic. I don't like to do a lot of doodles or arts in my journal. So that's why I'm able to fit a whole year in one journal. And that's how I like it. Like I don't want to divide my year into multiple journals. Like that's just not how I do things or how I like to do things. But yeah, so that is my setup. And if you would like to see how a flip through, how I fit 3 years worth into one journal, let me know, you know, leave a comment or something. But that has been my 2021 bullet journal walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye.